This little pouch goes with me everywhere, and it has my most prized crochet possessions. Let's see what I have in here. This is my crochet pouch. It goes with me everywhere, and it's something that I've kind of just started using again. It has been with me since the very start of my crochet journey, and so it is very near and dear to my heart. I went through a point in time where I really wasn't using a crochet pouch, and basically until a couple of months ago, I don't know what video it was, but I pulled this out and I was like, oh my gosh, I completely missed this thing. It's so important to have a pouch because you need to have a place to put everything back as you're working on a project. And what I was noticing in the past year that I wasn't using this was that I was misplacing things. It was becoming a real problem. Learned from my mistakes. I know I put this in my crochet mistakes video, but make sure you get yourself a crochet pouch. Let's talk a little bit about this pouch. So this was a little Estee Lauder bag. If you look real close, it's kind of disgusting and it has stains. It's kind of dirty, but it's a white patent leather bag. It has pink stitching on the front, and then it has a little pink zipper, and then it has this little gold Estee Lauder zipper pull that you can use to open and close. It's just the perfect size. It's not too big. It's not too small. It's just big enough to fit basically everything that I really need in here, which is basically my crochet hook, a pair of embroidery scissors, yarn needle, stitch markers, stuff like that. It's just really the absolute perfect size. This was one of those free gifts that probably I think my mom or maybe one of my grandmothers had gotten from probably the Macy's counter or wherever it is that they bought their Estee Lauder needs. You know, a lot of those makeups, they come with free gifts. This was just one of them. I have had these for probably 20 years. And I think when I started crocheting, which was about 15 years ago, I dug this little bag out and I was like, oh my gosh, this will be perfect to hold all of my stuff. So ever since then, I have been doing that. But yeah, I thought it would be fun to go over everything that is in my bag. So one thing, if you do not have a crochet pouch, no fears. I made a crochet pattern to use as your first little crochet pouch. So if you don't have one of these little Estee Lauder bags, it doesn't need to be Estee Lauder, obviously, but if you don't have a little pouch like this, you can totally make one yourself, and this acts as the perfect first pouch for you. What I love about this little pattern, it is a lined little crochet pouch. It's no sew, by the way. No sew. We used fabric glue for this, but it makes for the perfect pouch, and it's a perfect first project. So if you have been wanting to learn how to crochet, this is a very, very good first project, because what it is, you simply just crochet a rectangle and half double crochet stitches. If you don't know what half double crochet is, don't worry. I have tutorials walking you through every step of the way. So yeah, don't worry. But this is a really, really great first project. So if you know somebody who wants to learn how to crochet, or if you are deciding that you want to learn how to crochet, this is a really great first pattern. And then when you're done with it, you have a pouch to store your hooks, all of your little notions in. So if you don't have one of these lying around, no fear, you can go ahead and just make one. So without further ado, let's jump in and see what the heck is in this bag. I've dumped this out on the table. We have a decent amount of junk that fit into this little pouch. And it also includes some pet fur remnants, but I will spare you that. Let's talk about the first thing. First things first, and I have 2 crochet hooks in here. Actually, the funny thing is this number 6, these are both Clover and More hooks. I have 2 sets of the Clover and More hooks. These are my absolute favorites. I talk about them constantly. So if you are on the lookout for a hook, they're on the more pricey end if you buy them as a set, but they are totally worth it. If you're new to crochet, I just suggest getting kind of one hook to start with until you know that you fully love crochet, and then you can go ahead and once you know you love it, then go ahead and dive into a set, because you really need multiple sizes of hooks to get gauge, and a lot of patterns will use different size hooks, and depending on the tightness of your crochet, you may need to size down or up your crochet hook. So it's really great to have a set for that reason. So that's a whole other topic that we could get on a tangent on, but I really want to just stick to this. But anyway, I found 2 crochet hooks in here. If you've been following along with my last videos, you know that I am working on this really fun flower granny square blanket, and that is using this number 5 crochet hook. So that is kind of what was sitting at the top of my bag. I also found my 6mm crochet hook. This must have been hanging out at the bottom of my bag because I have been looking for this hook for quite a while and I haven't been able to find it. So it's actually very beneficial for me to go through this right now because I can kind of clean it out and just have in there exactly what I need for what I'm working on. I am going to go ahead and put this into my little crochet hook cup that I have on my desk so that way it is where I need it when I need it next. The next thing I have in my pouch is my retractable tape measure. I love this thing, and actually, you know what? This one is actually broken. The retractable thing doesn't work anymore. It kind of just springs. Oh no, now it's working. Okay, now it's working, but now, oh lordy, now it's not gonna go back up. The button in this broke. I might have to throw this out, but it's working. Okay. Well, it's kind of a little touchy, but I love this. I can't part with it. It's so pretty. This is a Rifle Paper Company one. My husband bought it for me as a gift several years ago. So it has lasted me a few years, but it's really great to have yourself a retractable tape measure to measure the length of what you're working on or just do any sort of quick measurements. This is a really great thing to have in your pouch, and it's something that I definitely cannot live without. The next thing I have that I found in my pouch is a pen and a highlighter. So a lot of times I will have my little notebook near me or a paper, some sort of tracker that's helping me keep track of my project that I'm working on. So I like to have a pen to make notes on designing, or really if there's anything that I need to take notes on. I also, here I have it right here, but I have a lot of times if I'm making like a granny square blanket, I will have my printout right here so I can cross off my squares as I go. So I'd like to have a pen, or sometimes I'll use a highlighter, kind of depending on the style that I'm choosing. I believe I have the highlighter in here because I use that for my temperature blanket. So as I cross off each day, I usually use a highlighter. So that's probably why I have a highlighter in there, but I like to keep a pen and a highlighter, basically just any sort of writing utensil in my pouch. So it's there so I can take any notes or cross something out whenever I need to. Next up I have, and this is kind of random, but it's just a hair tie and some hair clips. I am constantly needing to put my hair back in a ponytail or clip my hair out of my way so it's not driving me nuts. So I like to have just like a hair tie or hair clips in my pouch so I can get comfortable. It drives me nuts to have my hair like on the back of my neck. I usually like to have my hair up. So I have my little hair clips and my hair tie, and I have those in my pouch for whenever I need them. The next thing I found in my pouch are my embroidery scissors. These make an appearance in almost every tutorial I do. These are my absolute favorite scissors. These came in a 2-pack on Amazon, and it also came with a pair of stork scissors that are about the same size. If I'm being honest, I don't know what I did with my stork scissors. They might be in my nightstand. I'm not sure. So that's why I have these, but I love those. I love both pairs of scissors equally, but like I said, they came in a 2-pack. I will have those linked below, but they're very pretty. This is kind of like a floral, ornate, little delicate pair, and I absolutely love them, and they are so, so sharp. So be very, very careful with them. These are a necessity and something that I always keep in my crochet pouch. The next thing I have in here is cuticle oil. I am just naturally such a dry person. I also have eczema, but my cuticles get so dry. This is, what is it? This is Olive and June cuticle oil. I really like this. I don't find that it leaves me too incredibly greasy when I'm done using it. However, my hands are incredibly, incredibly dry. They do also have and I don't have it in my pouch, but it was just sitting on my desk. They do have a cuticle serum. I don't find that this is moisturizing enough for me. This is also in Olive and June. Actually, this was in my pouch, and then I put the cuticle oil in it to replace it because this one just kind of doesn't give me enough moisture. But yeah, I try to make sure that before I film a tutorial, to spare you my dry cuticles, I try to moisturize them. Sometimes I don't, and I do apologize, but yeah, so I try to keep my cuticles moisturized. They look a lot better and a lot healthier, and they look a lot better in photos and in my video tutorials. So I try to always keep a cuticle oil on hand, especially when I'm crocheting. No one likes snagging their hands on their yarn. That is the absolute worst too. So anyway, I keep this in my my crochet pouch for both you and me. The next thing I found in my crochet pouch was a little bit odd. These are some knitting notions that I have, and I honestly don't know why these were in there. These were just something that I know have been in the bottom of my crochet pouch for quite a while, and I just haven't taken them out. But I have a cable needle, and then I believe this is also a cable needle. It also is kind of like a stitch holder, and then this one is a stitch holder as well. You don't really need these in crochet, so I'm not really sure why I have this stuff in my crochet pouch, but nonetheless, they were in there, and now that I have found them, they are not going to go back in there. They're going to go in their own little knitting notion home. So I'm really glad I'm doing this because I am helping myself get a little bit more organized. The next thing that I found in here are safety eyes. I just actually have one complete pair of safety eyes. So we have two little eyes, two little black plastic safety eyes, and then I have a whole bunch of backs. I bought these for, oh shoot, I don't know what I did with those. I wish I had them on here. If I find them, I will pop them on the screen so you can see. But last year, before my husband and I went to Disney World, I think it was like literally 2 nights before, I was thinking, oh my gosh, it would be so fun if I would crochet myself some little Disney bag charms. And so I made a Woody, a Buzz, and a Princess Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. I think that was it. It was 3. Spoiler alert, I didn't end up finishing them. I got pretty far on them though, but I ordered safety eyes specifically for those. If I find them, I do want to pop them up because they are super cute. Well, what actually ended up happening was I didn't finish the Princess Aurora, but I think I got pretty far on the Buzz and I got really far on the Woody little crochet charms, and I wanted to turn them into bag charms because I know bag charms are like all the rage. And actually, I didn't even realize that before we went to Disney. I just kind of thought it would be fun to have little crochet bag charms, and then when we got there, I saw all of these people wearing bag charms, and then when we got home, I was obsessed. So then I was consuming so much Disney content, and honestly, I still have been. There's so many people have all of these bag charms. They're not crochet, of course. They're just like little stuffed animals. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's so fun. I bought those for that. The reason also why they didn't get completely done was because I had ordered little like key rings to attach to the tops of them so I could put them on my bag. I ordered those from Amazon, and they never ended up coming. The order was canceled. And so I was very disappointed because they were very quick crochet things, and I think I would have gotten them done had I gotten those little key rings so I could attach them to my bag, but they never came, and I was so disappointed. So I put all that time in, and I bought all these safety eyes. Anyway, those have been sitting at the bottom of my bag, so I could probably take those out. I'm looking at it right now. I have a whole little stash of safety eyes that I had ordered from Amazon, and those came in, of course, but just the little key rings didn't come in. So I am going to go ahead and put those away. The next thing I found in my bag are essentials I cannot live without, and that is my yarn needles. And let me tell you, I have been looking for my gold angled tip yarn needle for absolutely forever, and I haven't been able to find it. It was at the bottom of my bag, and the thing is, there is a little, well, no, it's not a seam. It's not a seam, but there's kind of a little fold in the bottom of my bag. Oh, and there's actually another one in here too that I missed. But if you can see, there's kind of a little fold in the bottom of my bag, and these little yarn needles kind of get stuck in that fold, and then I can't see it, and then I think it's not there. I've been using my straight ones like a chump basically, and not using my angled ones. So I love the angled ones. I think they're just, the tip is angled just slightly. It makes it so much easier to kind of grab your ends and weave your ends in than these straight ones. So the straight ones work just as fine. I'm not an actual chump for using straight ones. You're not a chump for using straight ones. I just find that the angled one is easier to use. The sad thing is I have like 6 of these, and somehow this is the only one that I have. I have no idea where the other ones are. Again, that is why a crochet pouch is so important. Well, firstly, you need to look and make sure that you have everything in there, and actually probably dump stuff out every now and again and kind of just get a lay of the land and only put back exactly what you need in there. But I'm constantly losing my yarn needles. I am very excited that I just found this. The next thing that I found in here is another essential that I cannot live without, and that is stitch markers, and specifically two kinds of stitch markers. I love to have open ring stitch markers, and I love to have locking stitch markers. I feel like both are incredibly important. They're really nice to have both. I really love a split ring stitch marker for working in the round. So let's say you're making a crochet circle, you're doing amigurumi, you're crocheting anything in the round where you're kind of going around and you're marking kind of the beginning or end of your round. A split or open ring stitch marker makes it so much easier because then you don't have to unlock it and put it in, especially for small circumference crocheting. This may be my lazy self talking, but it's so annoying to have to unlock your stitch marker, pull it off, and then, crochet your stitch and then put it back in, lock it. It requires two hands. We don't have time for that when we're crocheting. For those things, I like to use the split or open ring stitch marker because all you have to do, it just requires one hand. You pull it out and then you slip it back onto the stitch and that's it. So they both have their uses. I really like using a locking stitch marker for marking a certain stitch or a certain row, like in an instance where you aren't maybe going to be crocheting into that particular stitch for a long time. So like maybe marking like a thumb hole or something that you're going to come back to later that you want to remember that stitch. That is when a locking stitch marker is really, really great. If you're actively crocheting and moving a stitch marker up each round or row, I think these open or split ring stitch markers are the way to go. So I have both. They're both found in my pouch and I love them both for different reasons. That is definitely something that I cannot live without. And then the next and final thing that I found in my pouch is a little Burt's Bees chapstick. When we're crocheting, we get dry, so it's really important to be moisturized. So between my cuticle oil and my chapstick, we are staying moisturized. That is everything that I found in my pouch. Most of the stuff in here were my crochet essentials. There was just a few things in here that I need to find their actual home for, so I can go ahead and put them away. What is your one crochet essential that you cannot live without? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to find out. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video fun, and if you did, please let me know by giving the video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and would like to, make sure you subscribe so you never miss a new video. My typical video schedule are new fun videos just like this one every Sunday, and then Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, we do crochet night. That is where I answer your crochet questions. There's been something that you've been struggling with in crochet, or you have just a crochet question in general, go ahead and submit your question to me. I will answer it in a future video. You can find the link to the submission form in the description box below. So I look forward to hearing from you. And then Fridays, we do new tutorials. So think new stitches, new techniques, and new full pattern videos. So we have so much fun stuff going on. You don't want to miss it. If that sounds like fun to you, make sure you're subscribed. And if it doesn't, don't worry about it. Again, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.